The sound of a heavy, ancient vault door unlocking, followed by the groan of it swinging open. A single, dramatic piano key hits. For years, it was the question nobody inside the palace walls would answer. A secret so closely guarded, it was kept under lock and key, known only to a handful of the most trusted courtiers. But tonight, the vault has been opened. Buckingham Palace, in a move that has sent shockwaves through the entire royal establishment, is finally breaking its silence. Not on a minor matter of protocol, but on the one subject that has fueled endless global speculation: the true identity of Archie and Lilibet Mountbatten-Windsor. What we are about to reveal will change everything you thought you knew about Harry, Meghan, their exit from the monarchy, and the future of the House of Windsor. This is not about titles. This is about a truth so profound, it redefines the last 5 years of royal history. To understand why this revelation is so explosive, you must first understand the palace's original strategy: silence. For years, every question about the children's christenings, their godparents, their place in the line of succession, was met with a firm, unwavering no comment. This wall of silence, we now know, wasn't to protect the children's privacy. It was to contain a truth the institution was not ready to face. The tension came to a head with the Oprah interview. When the question of titles and security was raised, the palace's silence was deafening. The world assumed it was about racism and tradition. But sources now reveal a far more complex, legally fraught reason was at play. A reason directly tied to the children's legal and biological status. A secret the Sussexes and the palace were entangled in together. Behind the scenes, a frantic, secret negotiation was underway. Not about money or real estate, but about identity. The palace, we are told, was presented with a situation for which there was no precedent in the entire history of the British monarchy. And their only option, until now, was to say nothing. The sound of a legal document being slapped down on a table. Let's address the elephant in the room. The speculation that has trended online for years. The palace's shocking statement, released just hours ago, does not explicitly confirm it, but the legal language it uses points to one inescapable conclusion. The palace has announced a formal review and clarification of Archie and Lilibet's place in the line of succession. But why? The line of succession is based on bloodline. The only reason for a clarification of this magnitude, according to constitutional experts we've consulted, is if there was a fundamental question about the biological lineage of the children. Insiders claim that Meghan, wanting to control every aspect of her pregnancy and the narrative around it, explored and potentially utilized a surrogate for one, or even both, of the children. In California, where surrogacy is common and contracts are confidential, this would be a private matter. But for the monarchy, bound by ancient laws of blood descent, it is a constitutional earthquake. The 1701 Act of Settlement and the 2013 Perth Agreement are clear. The succession passes to the legitimate natural-born heirs. The term natural-born has never been legally tested against modern surrogacy. The palace's clarification is, in effect, a new, modern precedent being set to avoid a future constitutional crisis. They are, in essence, legally adopting the children into the line of succession. The sound of church bells, which then distort and fade out. For years, the world wondered why Archie and Lilibet's christenings were so shrouded in mystery. We were told they were private, that the records were sealed. But according to a high-level church source, there is no official record of a baptism for either child in the Church of England. The Archbishop of Canterbury, who allegedly officiated a private ceremony for Archie, has no record of it in his official diary. This was not a matter of privacy. It was a matter of impossibility. A core requirement for a royal christening is the establishment of legitimate, biological lineage. If that lineage was in legal doubt, the church could not, and would not, proceed. The private christening was a story constructed to maintain the public facade while lawyers and palace officials wrestled with the unprecedented reality. Harry and Meghan were trapped in a lie of their own making, and the palace was complicit in maintaining it to protect the institution from global ridicule. The sound of glass shattering. So why reveal this now? The answer is as brutal as it is simple. King Charles had no choice. As Prince of Wales, he could manage the crisis. But as king, the buck stops with him. He is the defender of the Constitution and the faith. With his coronation oath still fresh, he could not begin his reign on a foundation of a lie that threatened the very laws of succession. The truth was a ticking time bomb, and he had to defuse it himself. For Prince William, this is the ultimate betrayal. Sources close to the Prince of Wales say he feels that Harry and Meghan not only lied to the public, but they attempted to force the monarchy to redefine its most sacred principles for their own narrative. William sees this as an attack on the institution itself, and any chance of reconciliation is now likely gone forever. And for Harry, he is now completely isolated. The palace, by making this revelation, has effectively thrown him and Meghan to the wolves. The carefully constructed narrative of their post-royal life is in tatters. The privacy they fought for has been obliterated by the one truth they tried hardest to conceal. The greatest tragedy in all of this: Archie and Lilibet, two innocent children whose identities have become a geopolitical and constitutional battleground. They are the human cost of a secret that was too big to keep. The gates of Buckingham Palace have swung open not to welcome, but to expose. The years of secrecy, the cryptic statements, the legal battles, it was all leading to this moment. A moment that redefines a family, threatens a monarchy, and leaves two children at the center of a storm they did not create. The palace's shocking revelation is not an end. It is a beginning. The beginning of a legal, public, and deeply personal war that will define the Caroline age. The truth about Archie and Lilibet is finally here, and nothing will ever be the same. This is a developing story. What do you believe is the real truth? Was the palace right to break its silence? What does this mean for Harry and Meghan's future? The comments are open for your analysis. If this explosive report has stunned you, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. We will be here covering every single development.